Okay, Unit 4.2 test review. Just a heads up, y'all, I'm making this video at my house, so you're going to hear my dogs and maybe my children and maybe my husband, so just fair warning. Okay, so first one, standard form, but we need to graph it. So I know right away that it's going to be a solid line, okay, and I know that I need to find my slope. So this is A, B, C. I know it's in standard form because X and Y are on the same side. So my slope is opposite of A over exact B. So the opposite of 5 is negative 5 over exact B is 2. So just a reminder, slope is opposite A over exact B, which is rise. That's also our rise over run. Rise up is positive, down is negative. Right is positive, left is negative for my slope. Okay, so I know that I'm going to go down 5, right 2. But I have to know a point first, so I need to find an intercept. If you hear my dogs, they're trying to get the tennis ball out from under the couch. Okay, it doesn't matter which one I find because X goes into it, and 5 goes into it and 2 goes into it. So we can find our X intercept, which is where Ruby go lay down. So we have 5x plus 2 times 0, and I'm going to use an equal sign here because I'm looking for where it's equal to draw my line. And 2 times 0 is 0, and I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and I get x equals 2. So I know my x-intercept is 2, 0. So this is my x-axis, and then I need to do my slope. So down 5, right 2, down 5, right 2. I also need to go up 5, left 2, up 5, left 2, up 5, left 2, up 5, left 2, and go all the way across your graph for these. So a solid line, and then I need to test a point. So my test point, because remember, when it's in standard form, you can't trust the symbol. So I'm going to always test a point not on the line. I'm going to test 0, 0 because it's not on my line, and it's easy to plug in. So 5 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is less than or equal to 10. 5 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 10? Yes, 0 is less than 10, so this side is false because this side's true. And we're going to shade the true side. So let's try this one. Same concept, it's still in standard form. So we have slope negative 2 over, if there's no number, it's a 1. And I'm going to leave it as a fraction, even though that simplifies to negative 2, because I want to graph it. So negative 2 means down, positive 1 means right. This time I'm going to find my y-intercept just to show you all the difference. I could find either one, it doesn't matter. So this time I'm going to plug in x is 0, 2 times 0, plus 1 times y, you don't have to put the 1, sorry, equals negative 4. Well, 2 times 0 is 0, and I have y equals negative 4. So I know I have 0, negative 4 for my y-intercept. So again, I know it's at negative 4. And then I follow myself. Ruby, go. Jacob, go. Go. They don't like to leave the room I'm in, so sorry that you hear them. So we know that we're going to go right down 2, right 1. So down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. We can also go up 2, left 1 to follow the pattern. Up 2, left 1. And we're going to go all the way across on our test. And this is a dashed line because it's not equal to. So I'm going to connect every other dot. You can draw your dashes however you'd like. Okay, and then I need to test a point. I'm going to use 0, 0 because it's not on the line, but remember, you can use any point that's not on the line. So when I plug that in, I get 2 times 0 plus 0 is greater than negative 4. Well, that gives me 0 is greater than negative 4, which is true. So if this side's true, this side's false, and we shade the true side. Okay, so now we're going to look at number 3 and number 4. So this one tells us to write the equation of the line satisfying the given conditions in the form asked for. So this doesn't tell me a form, but I know horizontal and vertical lines are special cases. So I know that horizontal is HOI, and it stands for horizontal 0 slope. y equals no x equation. So knowing that, I know it's a y equals no x, and it's just the y of my point. So y is -1. So vertical line is vux, which is vertical, undefined, x equals no y equation. So I know this is x equals, well, x is -2, so there's my equation. We like those, they're simple. Now it says through -4, -2 in parallel to this. Well, this is in standard form. So I know to find my slope, and parallel means same slope. So in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to put it in y equals mx plus b. Okay, well, slope is opposite of a, so -3 over b is 3. Well, that simplifies to -1. Okay, and then I have to put it in this form. Well, I don't know my y-intercept. I know m is -1, but I don't know b. So I'm going to use what I do know. I know a point and I know my slope. So I'm going to use point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1, and I'm going to solve for y. So this is my x1, y1. So I have y minus -2 equals -1 x minus -4. Well, they'll give me broken plus signs. So I have this. So when I distribute, because that's what I do first, I have y plus 2 equals -x, and then I have, or -1x is fine, and then I have -4, and I'm going to do minus 2, now y is by itself, and I have y equals -x minus 6. So my b is -6. Okay, so let's look at the next one. This one says through -4, 5, and perpendicular to this. Well, look, y is alone, so my slope is 2/3. So my old slope, because this means opposite reciprocal, which means flipped. So my old slope is 2/3, positive 2/3. So my new slope is negative, because it's opposite, and then flip, so 3/2. And this I want in standard form, so I need to find a, b, and c, because standard form is ax plus by equals c. Well, my slope gives me a and b, so opposite of the top is positive 3, exact b is 2, so I know 3x plus 2y equals c, and now I can plug in my point. So 3 times -4 plus 2 times 5, and whatever that equals is c. I do not have my calculator, so I'm using my phone. I do have a graphing calculator app. So I'm going to type that in, 3 parentheses -4 plus 2 parentheses 5, and that gives me -2. So c is -2. So my answer is 3x plus 2y equals -2. And remember, a is not allowed to be negative, so if a was negative, I would have to make everything opposite, but that's only if a is negative. Okay, flip to the next page. This one gives me the slope and tells me it passes through this point. It's not parallel, it's not perpendicular, it is this slope. And we want it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I already know m. So now I need to find b. Well, I'm given a random point and a slope, so I'm going to use point slope. So y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So I know y minus 3 equals slope, -3/2, x minus 1. And I'm going to distribute. -3/2 times x is -3/2x. -3/2 times -1 is +3/2, which you could type in your calculator if you need to, but 2 negatives makes positive. 3/2 times 1 is just itself. Now I need to add 3 to both sides. Well, those don't have like terms, so I'm going to type it in my calculator. So I have, mine's a little different, 3/2, -3 positive 3 over 2, because I multiplied 3 over 2 plus 3. And that gives me 4.5, which yours will do it correctly, which would be, oh my gosh. I'm going to do it in my hand. 9 over 2. So positive 9 over 2. There's my answer, because that's what it is. Okay, slope of 1/4 and passes through this point in point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So y minus -4 equals 1/4 x minus x1 is -4. So these both become positive, and it's y plus 4 equals 1/4 x plus 4. Okay. It says graph and find the following. So this is a quadratic. I know, before I even graph anything, I know that it's reflected over x or vertically, either way, whatever you say is fine. I know that inside, so IHOD is opposite, and I know over is exact. We know this. So I know that my inside change with a plus means left 4, and the plus 1 on the outside means up 1. So I can literally left 4, up 1. There's my vertex, so -4, 1. And remember, inside exact for your vertex, because it's h comma k. My axis of symmetry is always x equals. If you do not put x equals, I will take points off. X equals the x of my vertex, so -4. And we can graph it. Like I said, my calculator is different than yours. But y'all know how to work your calculators. So I have -x plus 4 squared plus 1. And I'm going to go to my table. And I'm looking for my rainbow. And there's my rainbow. So 0, 0, -3, -3, -8, -8. So I have -7. -7, -8, and I have -6, -3, my dog grunting, you're fine, -5, 0, -4, 1, -3, 0, -2, hush, and then -1, -8. So it looks like this. I know my x-intercepts are right there. I can also, that's where y equals 0, is -5 and -4. Because the x-intercepts are where y equals 0. Y-intercepts are where x equals 0. So x is 0 here. It's 0, -15. Which I don't see on my graph, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I see it right here, 0, -15. Symmetric pairs, remember that's the same height, or the rainbow. So I know that like -5, 0, these are my x-intercepts are always going to be, if there's two of them, a symmetric pair. Because remember, same y. Same y. Domain for quadratics, remember it's always -infinity, +infinity, or all real numbers, because it's never going to quit getting wider. However, your range, you go lowest to highest. Well, it's going to go down forever. And then the highest it goes is +1, and numbers always get a square bracket. Okay, so this next one says, which equation best represents the function shown below? Well, we know it shifts up, so it's going to have a plus on the outside of the parentheses. Has a plus on the outside, has a plus on the outside. That's inside. That would have made it shift +2, would have made it shift left 2. This did not shift left. And it's opened upwards, so it's going to be positive, not negative. So D is my answer. Fill in the missing pieces. Okay, so on this one, remember, we use our rainbow. So right away we see -3, -3. So if this is 0, this is 0. And if this is 5, this is 5. Okay? And then on the middle is my vertex. So my vertex, I'm going to go ahead and answer that, is 1, -4. And my axis of symmetry is x equals 1 because it's always the x on my vertex. Okay, my x-intercepts are where y equals 0. Y is 0 here, so -1 and 3. My y-intercept is where x is 0, so 0, -3. And then a symmetric pair is anything that touches. So we have -2, 5, and 4, 5. Not touches, sorry, the rainbow. So see how the rainbow touches -2, 5, and 4, 5? That's why those are symmetric pairs. They have the same Y. Jacob, hush. Okay, so let's look at number 12. So it says list the transformation. So if I went from the x squared to here, this is the parent function to here, I know that it vertically reflected or reflected over the x-axis because of the negative. And then it has an inside of +6. So if we need to write I had over again, so, okay, well I know +6 on the inside means left 6. So there's that one. Now here, remember, a number between 0 and 1 tells me that it's vertically compressed. So it gets wider. And then -4 on the inside means right 4. You could also type these in your calculators if this is hard for you. A 5 in the front tells me that it's vertically expanded. Vertical expansion. And a +3 on the outside of parentheses means up 3. Jacob, you're fine. Okay, match each of the following equations to the transformation. So this one went down 5. Down 5, so D. This reflected over the x-axis, E. This is a vertical expansion because it has a number bigger, so that's F. -5 on the inside, just like we wrote here, -5 means right 5, which is B. You could also type these in your calculator. Vertical compression by 1/5, it's the only one that has 1/5 too, so that kind of helps. And then +5 on the inside means left 5. So left 5 is A. And then up 5 is the last one, +5 on the outside is up, so that's C. Find the domain and range of this. Well, if you just want to sketch it, you could also type it in your calculator. Okay, I know that it's reflected. It goes right 4, up 3, and it's going to open downwards. Okay, so domain is farthest left. Well, I know it went right 4 and up 3, so the farthest left is 4, and then it goes right forever. So remember, we start left and work our way right. Now range, we start at the bottom and work our way up. Well, it's going to go down forever super slow, so -infinity, and then it goes up to 3. Remember, you could have typed this in your calculator. Okay, last two. Okay, here, let's graph it. Use my calculator. So I have x plus 2, close parentheses, to the 3rd power, plus 4. So I just typed it in my calculator. And then I'm going to go to my table. And I'm just looking for points I can plot. So anything between 10 and -10. Both numbers have to be between that. So here's -4, -4. -4, -4. And then I have -3, +3. -2, 4. -1, 5. And then I can't plot my next point, so it's going to be up here above the graph. Okay. And my vertex, remember, is the middle point of the bunch of 3. So -2, 4. Remember, you could also say opposite of the inside, exact outside to find your this. And it's increasing from left to right. Remember, domain and range for cubes is all real numbers, negative infinity, positive infinity. So this transformed left 2, up 4, and there was nothing else. Okay, this one, I'm going to type my equation in. So 2, math 4, x plus 1 minus 5. I'm going to go to my table. Whoa. And remember, we start at -10, and we plot only the pretty points. So -9, -9, -9, -9, and then I have -2, -7, -1, -5, (0, -3, and 7, -1. So this is a cube root. So my vertex, remember, is that middle point, or opposite of the inside, so -1, exact outside, so -5, which -1, -5 is the middle of the 3. This is increasing. Domain and range are always all real numbers. And then transformation, it went, well, it has a vertical expansion. It went left 1 and down 5. Left 1, down 5, and then the vertical expansion is what kind of made it taller. Okay, good luck on your test tomorrow, y'all. Y'all are going to do great. Please try your hardest.